as addictive as your morning cuppa. It's Radio 44's Morning Fix with Bhargav and Radhika.
Good morning. It's 4 minutes past the hour of 8. This is Radio 44 on 91.6 FM in Nairobi.
Yes.
What are we talking about this morning?
Well, today is all about personality coaching, and we are joined by Mr. Mark Mbugua.
Thank you for having me.
And he's going to be talking about personality coaching for better business.
Absolutely.
Now, I never knew there was something like that.
Of course. It all comes down to personality, doesn't it? Mark, good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, it's lovely having you in studio.
I appreciate it. It's an honor to have you.
Tell me, what exactly is personality coaching, especially for the people who've never heard about it before?
Cool. So, personality coaching is about telling what you're good at and what you're good for. So, it's really about knowing your intelligence and where it fits perfect. So, it's about knowing all types of areas you can excel in.
All right. So, it's like optimizing yourself.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, we'll be diving into a bit of the corporate world setting as well.
Yes.
If you do have any questions for Mark, 0758 123 444 is the number you can call, text, or WhatsApp. We're in conversation with Mark Mbugua, who is a personality coach.
Yep.
What a title. Must be fun walking around with that.
It is, and a little bit risky.
Why risky?
Simply because when you can tell people's careers through how they walk and talk. Sometimes it's a mixture, let me say. It's exciting, it's an adventure, as well as people don't know that they are giving 75% of themselves to the world. So today's viewers and listeners will really be actually captured by what they're giving out every day. So we're talking about that today.
Okay.
Awesome. I've just got to put in there that I would never date a personality coach.
Yeah, because
I've got to say,
won't they constantly be judging? Is that what you do? Do you constantly judge someone whenever they are around you? You're like,
let me say that's the stigma. That's the stigma that I kind of fight, that I'm judgmental of people. But once you know the highest use, it's about meeting people and telling them, do you know you can excel in this way? So it's not really coming from a judgy place. It's coming from a place of letting you know how unique you are. So it would be great to have a personality coach as a friend to get to know more about yourself.
Fair enough. But let's get into it. How can having a personality coach help in the corporate world?
First and foremost, our viewers and listeners today need to know a very staggering statistic. Number one is that over 90% of learning institutions do not teach you body language in relation to your career.
True.
oh, right, yeah.
True.
What does that mean? That means that it is possible to spend about $500,000 or more in a career 4 to 6 years without knowing how well you'll adapt in the market. Number two, it also means career congestion, because you engaged in a career simply because of peer pressure and you didn't know whether your skill set applies to that field. So that career congestion, now by the time you've spent 4 to 6 years and you're trying to know what other areas, because you only thought of one, today's viewers and listeners need to know we are talking about excelling in about 4 to 6 areas. That's why we need your handwriting. That's why we need to know how you walk and talk, as giving a type of intelligence that is rare. That is why you need a personality coach to help you know how you can excel in the market.
So getting the best out of
sign
what you
me up.
have.
Yes.
Because we could have been very inefficient our whole lives signing up for careers that we're not meant for.
Exactly.
Maybe radio.
We never thought. Did you think about radio ever?
I did, as a child, yeah.
When I started doing MCing, that's when I was like, yeah, it's a good option.
As unqualified personality coach, it's working for you, Bhargav.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to the professionals here. Which type is there? A personality type? There's lots of tests that go around, right? People love doing these tests.
Yes.
But is there a certain type of person that tends to do well in the corporate world?
That's what most people have been thinking, that there are certain alpha, so to speak, certain alpha personalities that excel in the business world. Now, interestingly, because our viewers today are going to learn something, I'm talking about even knowing how you handle a rapper.
Oh, Okay.
through how you handle a wrapper can tell us your type of intelligence. So this gives room to all types of intelligence excelling in the field. So there's no one answer fits all, or thinking that some types are perhaps wired for the business world. All types of personalities can excel in the business world. So we're talking about people who sometimes, if you have this wrapped item, but today came with sweet wrappers, those who handle after the wrapper, they kind of crumple their wrapper.
Yes.
People who crumple their wrapper and leave things as they are. Now this is what we get from an aggressive personality. This is the type of personality that you may think excels in the business world because they ooze a lot of confidence. They are go-getters. But perhaps you could meet a different type of personality that handles their wrapper in a way. Once they're done, they either twist the wrappers. This kind of people, viewers who are watching Radio 44 this morning, it's good to know this about yourself. These people are excelling in creative fields. So if a company is trying to hire 2 people here, if we need you for planning, then you're wired for this because you crumple your wrapper. But if you are looking for a creative field, then we hire the people who twist. But these are not the only people. There's more. There are 2 types, and we'll be talking about that as well.
Go ahead, tell
All right.
us.
Okay. So we also have other types. There are also people who, once
Iron
they're
it
done,
out, or
sorry,
is it iron it out?
iron it out, or perhaps leave it as it is.
Yes.
I would call it like iron it out. So they handle things as they are. These are people who excel in short-term careers.
Oh,
Okay.
Short-term careers. So you see, if they knew this 4 to 6 years earlier, then they would engage in careers that are short-term based. But in the business world, please, those who have companies, these people excel in short-term goals. Do not involve them in long-term planning goals. So now you see from the company perspective, then if we need long-term projects, involve the crumpler. If you're not the creative field, do involve the twister. If you're going to involve in short-term projects, then involve those who leave things as they are. But we still do have another personality. They fold
yes.
the wrapper.
Yeah.
They fold their wrapper. This is a very very specific person, very amicable with what they do. He or she attends things practically, one step at a time. If you involve them with a creative person, perhaps they might collide at some point, of which we'll be talking about conflict resolutions in company. So in a nutshell, listeners and viewers, we are saying there's room for all of us. There's not just room. What we've been thinking is that we are only wired for people who crumple their wrapper. Those are the alpha business personalities. No. Through personality coaching, you know there's room for everybody. We need you who crumple, we need you who twist, we need you who fold and leave things as they are.
I love it. So
Brilliant.
having a suite at the interviewee's
It's so
table
good.
is a good indication of what they'll do for
I'm
you.
so going to do that now. My interviews, I'm just going to be like, yo, you want a sweet?
And that's why companies are changing and taking that perspective, because
Yes.
there's something a little bit more than what's on paper.
Yeah.
If this was a CV and you're giving your CV to interviewers, then we wouldn't know all this.
True.
Yet this has been natural. Guess what? Since age 3,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's been in you, growing in you. So there's a new form of hiring processes in companies.
It's
Brilliant.
very important actually to optimize your hiring process. It'll save you money in the long term.
Very true.
Save you turnover rates as well.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about. If you have any questions for Mark, 0758 123 444. Even if you do have a poker face, Mark can
Definitely
read it.
read it. Yes, he'll just give you a piece of chocolate. Fold that for me. That's it. We're
Yes.
done.
If you've missed it, we're in conversation with Mark Mbugua. He's a personality coach.
That's right.
Earlier on, he told us how you can judge a potential employee by the way they handle a sweet wrapper.
That's true.
But we have some more questions for you this
Yes.
morning.
Okay. Now you mentioned about how someone can twist the wrapper, someone can leave it open, fold, or crumble. Can that personality be changed over time?
It can, depending on the scenarios that one is in. But essentially, we said you do or exhibit about 2 to 3 personalities. Therefore, if you leave things as they are, chances are high that your head is in the clouds. You are very creative, sometimes even having short time span of concentration.
Yeah.
This is no problem. This is just something natural in you. So this is one of those personalities, people who leave things as they are, wrappers as they are, any wrapped item or gift that someone gave you. These are the personalities that may tend to almost appear like the rest. By that I mean sometimes they may crumple, sometimes they may fold, but essentially they leave things as they are. These are the people who may seem to have progressive personalities, as I call them. In other words, they exhibit at least one or two personalities.
Okay.
Very interesting. So you're not just in one
zone.
bubble.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And let's talk a little bit about men and women at work. You do notice that women will work a certain way, men will work a certain way. Then there are those women who try emulate. They might feel like they need to act like a man to progress.
There are men also who do that, to be honest.
In different industries, it depends, right?
Yes.
You mold to whatever is more popular in that industry. Tell us, what are the key differences between how these men and women work? Is there a difference that you can see?
Absolutely. And all that is in handwriting. This is when handwriting becomes interesting.
Okay.
Because through your handwriting, I'm able to tell your leadership style, your reasoning style, your ethics style, and your conflict resolution style. All that is trapped in your handwriting. So I do not want people to underestimate their handwriting. So it's not really about your CV. It's not about what you studied. There's a type of intelligence that is prone to women and prone to men. This is now where our handwriting reveals a lot, because there are some handwritings you can tell this person is emotional. How they handle their intelligence. They're very emotional people. These are people who engage you. So yes, most women do have this exhibit. There are those that twist their wrapper. We have a very creative aspect, and women of this nature in a company setup will be very creative people, very absorbing people, and very interactive people. So their business style is interactive. Then there are women who leave things as they are. They leave the wrappers as they are. This kind of women may just want to hear what you have to say. What is it? Whatever you're telling me, keep it short.
Yes.
And sweet. Do not take me through that roundabout of your explanation. Just be short and sweet and straight to the point.
Yes.
So these are careers, personality attributes that are prone to women. Prone to men,
of course, the crumpler.
The crumpler has to be there. But there are women who are of this nature, very aggressive. You may tend to see a bit bossy, sizing you up a bit. You can tell even through their walking style, very firm, short step and very heavy steps. You can, if they wear heels, you can hear them coming from a distance. Not because of the heels, but because of the heavy steps that they have.
Yes.
Therefore, men who are prone to be like this, very aggressive, but also objective. Let me use that term for today. Objective people. These are men who want to know, give me the long-term plan. Yes, I will work with you, but tell me the grand goal. What is it, so that I can know how to utilize my energy? And then those who fold, this kind of men are very particular. These are men who just need everything on paper. Do not surprise me along the way.
Yes.
So now, Rathika, we do have personalities of women being like that and men being like that in the corporate world.
Wow. There you go. Very, very interesting.
What happens when a doctor starts writing? You're like, okay, no, this. Let's go.
Now with doctors, now that you said that, you're going to notice that most of their handwriting is slanted, closely packed.
Yes.
So in most cases, they lack the emotional aspect or the empathic personality. However, they're very quick thinkers, very subtle quick thinkers. So in most cases, their nature will transfer on the handwriting. But you may notice sometimes some alphabets, some A, some B, some M are very pointy, not curvy at the top. So it tells different types of careers. So there are those that are empathic of nature. There are those doctors who will explain you before they tell you what to do. There are those, you're like this, okay, hey,
done.
There you go.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. This is the bell. So that aspect that is lacking, the personality aspect, is what makes you have that bond with people and optimize your personality.
All right, so Bhargav, I guess we should get a pen and paper
For
and
sure.
start writing. We'll do a
For
little
sure.
bit of a handwriting analysis. If you
Yes.
do have questions for Mark, 0758123444. You can also follow him on Instagram, Mark_Mbugua.
That's right.
And you can have a chat with him. Up next, Badshah Asta Gil, Pani Pani. P square, Shakini. Shakini, ni.
No, there's too many. Is this chicken?
Oh, there we go. You should have seen Shalom dance to this one on Saturday night.
I did.
Yeah?
I did.
Can you
I
imagine
saw a
this-
lot more.
This shy
Than just-
girl over here. Shalom, do you have any recollection of this? Probably not.
No. That's why I played Hangover on Monday.
Yes,
Yeah.
very appropriate track.
Completely appropriate.
All right, let's stop analyzing Shalom and get to business this morning. We're in conversation with Mark Mbugua. He's a personality coach, and he mentioned something very interesting, that you can almost judge someone positively
Yes.
through their handwriting.
Correct.
So we have dug up some random pieces of paper that we've written, and maybe you can start with Bhargav's
Okay.
and give us an analysis of this young man.
Okay.
Thanks. For once, she's called me young on the show. I'm going to take that.
So there's something very interesting about you.
Uh-huh.
And we can note that from your handwriting, there are about 2 things that I can pick up real quick. The rest, like I normally say, for those who will post their handwriting on your show, most of it is confidential. By the way, I do not want you to feel like you're being judged. We are only highlighting your areas of excellence. I repeat, highlighting your areas of excellence through your handwriting. Now, one thing that we can pick from you, Bhargav, is that your intelligence works in 2 specific ways. There's what people value about you. You are very, when it comes being objective, the only time that you're aggressive with people is when you want the best out of them.
That's true.
And people who know you know that you're aggressive only because you want the best out of them to be on the front face.
Yeah.
You're only irritated by people who see that as just being bossy, because that is a challenge. Most people who do not understand that about you may interpret it in that way. But those who know you and value your skill set, that you are firm, very principled, very direct, very clear, and very specific. Now, this is the sensitive side, Rathika, of Bhargav. This is the other side that people don't know.
Yes.
You have to use your words correctly. You say you can mess up with Bhargav on choice of words. See, even if both of you are not on a good friendly space, please, choice of words really matter.
Oh my God.
Let's just choice of words
Be
become
careful.
clear on what went wrong, and then we can move on. With Bhargav, it's about moving on. Yes, right now we cry, next time we laugh and smile, and let's move on. So you have to journey with Bhargav through that.
Very good co-host personality traits.
Yes.
Because if something happens today, tomorrow we still have to do a show.
We still have to do a show.
Still have to do
and
a
that's
show.
likable. By the way, began age 3, Bhargav, all to how old you are, this has been raw in you. So there's so much in you about that. That is something that can work even off this space. So it's something that should be celebrated about you and your intelligence.
Thank you.
That's very, very excellent. Now I'm thinking I've insulted you so many times on the show. Bichara, sorry.
No, it's all jokes. Don't worry.
I feel like we're going to apologize to each other today, but
But you know what?
but there's something unique about you as well.
Wait, let me approve what you've said about Bhargav. It's very true. He's
Yeah.
very objective.
Yes.
If we're having a meeting, everyone will bicker.
Yeah.
Then at the end, he'll decide to say his point.
Yes.
And the room will fall silent. Because people know this is the only guy who can make sense of it. Let's listen to him. That's very true that the room falls silent when he does talk. So good.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank
Bhargav.
you.
At least something is good about you.
That's so good. Just with the handwriting,
Yes.
you got all of that. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear Radhika's.
Oh no. Tell me.
So
Tell me,
yours is
Mark.
next. There's something intriguing about you, Rathika.
I know, right?
Yes, because you have multiple personalities in a nice way. You have multiple handwritings. Allow me to use that word. And this is the accommodative side of Rathika. With Rathika, it's how you interact with her. There's something unique about you, and that's your interactive style. You're very warm, very accommodative of people. So by welcoming people in, from that point now you vet people through. We need your nature a lot in spaces because you're the kind of personalities that break the ice. For example, I'm new in this show. If someone is not going to relate with Bagav, just in the initial stages because they find him firm, you break the ice. Then later on, you've just accommodated them, then Bagav takes it up from there. Do you see how that is intriguing for someone new? So this is what is celebrated about you. I like your personality because it's accommodative of people. You know what that means is that people are comfortable bringing you their errors, not just their success. So you're going to find yourself really helping people in the private places. Once people want to be strong out here publicly, people bring you, I failed here, Rafika, what do I do? So you're that confident kind of person. That personality is rich, and that's what we need. So that kind of personality accommodates a lot. You can fit in everything that you tell your mind. The only greatest attack to yourself is self-doubt. Otherwise, anything that you put yourself into, you go for it. You can see today you're doing this career, you're doing another career. You can balance a lot. That's why you see you have multiple types of handwriting.
That makes a lot of sense. But please, don't be coming to me with your personal problems just because you've said this. You guys, please stay
It's okay. We will. We definitely will now. No, but that's actually true. And there's one thing that I've noticed about her. She could gel with anyone and everyone.
True.
That's like, no matter age, you know, nationality, nothing. It's quick.
Yes.
Whereas for me, I take long.
We'll get there in the end. We make a good team that way.
That's for sure.
Yes.
We make a good team.
Yeah.
True.
You need one subjective, one objective.
True.
All right, Mark, we've got one more person.
Yes.
That's our very beloved Shalom.
Shalom.
We bully her a lot on the show. Only she's the baby of the station. Tell us a little bit about this young lady.
The reason why she may be in a position to be bullied, in quotes, I'm just saying that in quotes for humor purposes, is that you see a very sensitive side to Shalom on the initial stage, but there's more to her than meets the eye.
Very true.
There's more to her
Very
than meets
true.
the eye. So we have this double-decked layered personality. On the first, she's gentle, wants to be at peace with everybody. She avoids conflict areas. So she'd rather be quiet. She knows what should have been done, but she's quiet because she wants to avoid conflicts. But if you push her so much to the wall, now you see another Shalom come in because now she
Very
will
true.
fight
Yeah.
for her points. She will fight for her personality. So that is the reason why you see that gentle on the beginning, but if you know her more, she wants to have her freedom, her free space. You might call her free-spirited person. So you might see that depending on how you gel with her. For her, it's about how you approach her. You're gentle, you click. You're aggressive, she
Very
steps back.
true, yes.
It's how you relate with her.
Very, very, very true. Kumbe Shalom, you're a good person. We never knew. Mark, thank you so much for taking
Yes,
that
I
time
appreciate
to do that.
Thank
We
you.
have a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
But if you have a question, 0758 123 444 is the number you can call, text, or WhatsApp. If you'd want your own handwriting analyzed, you can get in contact with Mark and ask him about his services. It's Mark_Mbugua on Instagram. All right, what an interview we've had today.
Yes.
It's been really good, hasn't it?
It's been an eye opener, and I'm sure I'm just gonna take his number and just be like, Mark, I need to meet you now.
Or during your hiring process.
Yes, for sure.
All right, we've been in conversation with Mark Mbugua. He's a personality coach. He's analyzed our handwriting this morning. He's taught us a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah.
He's a positive personality
Yes,
coach. He can
yes.
teach you what you can excel in.
Yep.
Mark, thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It
It's
has
been
been a pleasure.
really great
Yeah,
interview this
yeah.
morning.
Thank you.
Again, you can check him out on Instagram, Mark_Mbugua. Where
Yes.
else can they find you? Is that the best place?
That's the best place, but I have also other social media pages. They can check me out on Facebook, that's Mark Mbugua. Also in Twitter, that's Gifted Purpose. And also in YouTube, that is Mark Mbugua.
All right, you can check him out on YouTube, listen to it. And if you've missed a part of this interview, it will also be on the Radio 44 Kenya YouTube page. So make sure you keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Up next, very interesting segment coming
Called
up.
the Queens.
Yes, we're going to be talking to some queens up next. It's the Mrs. India Kenya contestants.
Yes.
They're in studio. Studio's looking absolutely lovely. And Bhargav will be in conversation with them
Yep.
till 10 a.m. All right, that's it from me, Radhika. Good morning.